Warning. This program may contain material of an explicit or graphic nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting undead from the B Ward, this is the Mortem Show. I'm Dom.
And I'm JD. And today, we're going to bring you our top 5 characters that you want to hang out with.
Yeah, this will be a fun list.
The people you want to know, and not the people you want to fuck.
Right.
We've already done the top 5 sexiest. We've already done the awkward boners.
Yeah.
So this is not, oh, I'd like to hang out with her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, this is like, these people are awesome.
Right.
And I want to be around them.
Yeah, people who'd be fun. People you might be able to learn something from, you know? That's actually, like, oddly enough, my list turned out to be mostly people that I think I could learn something from.
Education?
Yeah.
Mine is just cool dudes and chicks.
Nice.
So, Patreon is now live.
Fucking A.
Our Patreon is now live. You guys can check it out. There's already content up there.
Yep, we got a short story on there. We got some postmortem off topic. I threw some music up on there, and I'm actually remastering an old album to throw on there for you.
Indeed, and all the shit that was promised will be delivered. No one's card has been charged yet. It does charge on the 1st of February, so now's your time to cancel if you don't want to give us your money anymore. Why did I just say that?
Fuck you and your buyer's remorse.
So everything will be up shortly. I'm working on a documentary. I'm working on a little funny thing that I did recently, video format wise.
We've got another short story going up in the very near future.
Yep, that'll be coming out with this week's episode, and it's going to build. There's going to be more and more bonus content. So if you guys just want to check it out, patreon.com/postmortem show. You don't have to donate. Don't feel any pressure, but
donate.
You're still going to get the same show for free. We're not taking anything away. We're just adding something if you want extra postmortem.
You
need some more Biff. You need some more Doug Jones. That's what you need.
Yep. So. I just ordered... I have this credit card that every $100 I spend, I get a $25 Apple gift card. And I've just been accumulating these gift cards because I don't really buy a lot of stuff, you know. And I just spent my first $200 worth of Apple gift cards buying a piano that you can plug into your computer through USB, and it lets me control all of my digital instruments like I'm playing them on a piano. To the musicians who listen out there, this is probably not a big deal. These things have existed forever. But I've been, manually step entering all of my music for years. So I think I'm going to use this and kind of go whole hog on some ambient stuff and throw a lot of it on the drive just as I make it, maybe just 1 or 2 songs at a time.
You can just listen to it on repeat when you sleep if you want to fucking go crazy.
Yeah. I listen to my own music sometimes when I sleep, and it still gives me nightmares.
I thought you were going to say you listen to your own music while you're beating off.
Well, that's it.
I was going to say that's very... What, in the mirror too, Don?
Yeah.
Are you Patrick Bateman or what?
I actually have a mirror over my bed that I just stare up into my own eyes, and I say... Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
Well, so far with the launch of the Patreon, we kind of did the soft launch. Basically, we just kind of threw it up there and said, hey, here it is. And then on the 1st is when it's going to really kind of like hit. But we've already got a bunch of donations. We really appreciate it. We're already almost at the cost of hosting and all that stuff, and then in addition, buying movies, that kind of stuff. So we really appreciate you guys. I'm going to shout out a couple people who contributed so far to the Patreon. And we're not going to say your last names just in case you want to remain anonymous and don't want anyone to know that you listen to this program.
Or if you're in like witness
tarnish your good name. We have Eileen K, Simone L. We have Mr. Brent W. We have Miss Michelle R.
Who's that?
And Mrs. Valerie G.
Awesome.
So we appreciate all you guys. That's our first patrons. It's only been a couple days since the launch to this recording.
Yeah.
So thank you guys very much, and we will be giving you more and more. If no one else ever gives, and it's only these people that continue to give, we're still going to produce more and more for them because we love you guys.
We have a big fucking box of Morty stickers sitting right
here
on
like
this table.
1,000 Mortys on the table, ready to ship out. We're going to send them all.
Every single one of them.
And everyone that was promised something in the Patreon, so far, we're going to kind of change the tiers as we go, but nothing will ever be taken away from you. If it was on there when you did it, nothing's going to be taken away, but I'm going to send a sticker to all patrons, even $1. I think that was at like the $5 level or the $10 level before, but I'm just going to ship a sticker to everyone. So if you're at $10, you're still going to get a sticker, but I'm going to take that sticker and give it to everyone, and I'm going to give you something extra for being at that level. You know what I mean? It's not going to be taken away and given to everyone after you contributed more, but you're going to get something more. So.
You're going to get that sticker, and you're going to get some stray hairs in your envelope.
Yeah.
Short and
Where
curly.
did they come from? I don't know. So yeah, thank you guys. But this has already been 5 minutes of bullshit, and we haven't even got into horror news.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it's time for. We got a little bit of horror news. Horror news. So, as you heard at the beginning of the episode, I'm sad to report horror author Dallas Mayer, better known by his pen name Jack Ketchum, has passed away at the age of 71 after a battle with cancer.
I had no idea he was that old. I thought he was younger.
Authors, they put the picture that they want to put on there.
That's true.
Doesn't matter how old they're. But Jack Ketchum was a man's man. He's a hard drinker and even a harder writer, so... One of my absolute favorite horror authors of all time, Right to Life, Off Season, and The Girl Next Door are masterpieces to me. I would have never started writing my own stories if it wasn't for my love of his stories. His books have been adapted for film, in my opinion, better than Stephen King and Dean Koontz combined. I would encourage all of our listeners to check out his novels and the movie versions of The Girl Next Door, amazing. The Woman, I really like that one too.
Yep.
And The Lost. Those are my three favorites of his movie adaptations. But there's many, and most of them are good.
The Woman is a hard movie to watch.
I love it.
It's in a good way.
Yeah.
It's pretty...
You're hard when you watch it, is what he means.
It's pretty fucking mean. It is a mean movie.
Yes. Mean children and pliers.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, R.I.P. Jack Ketchum. Thank you for the memories. I'm going to reread his entire collection since I've already read everything of his. And it hurts to know there won't be any more. So, Jack Ketchum, this one's for you.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
All right. So we started out sad. I'm going to make things awkward. Vice has reported that David Joyner, the physical actor who played the equally beloved and hated Barney the Dinosaur on the children's television program from 1991 to 2001, is now working as a tantric sex therapist.
Sex Barneys is the reason.
Regarding himself as a spiritual healer, a full session with him costs $350 and entitles the client to a ritual bath, chakra balancing, a massage, and cosmic, mind-blowing orgasms.
Wow.
The 54-year-old Joyner only services female clients, of which he has 30 regulars. He says that these orgasms can be achieved through massage, but when the lingam, penis, and the yoni, vagina, meet, there's a certain energy that takes place that hands on the body alone cannot create. Even through G-spot massage, it's just not the same energy that flows. Regarding the 10 years that he played Barney, Joyner says, the energy I brought up while in the costume is based on the foundation of Tantra, which is love. Everything stems, grows, and evolves from love. Even when you have emotionally blocked up energy, the best way to remove it is with love, and then replace it with God's divine love. Love heals and allows you to create and grow. Before I got into the Barney costume, I would pray and ask God to allow his loving divine spirit to flow through me in the costume, and I let that draw in the kids.
Draw in the kids. His tantra sex drew in the kids is what he's saying.
Yeah.
First of all,
wait,
I have one special question for you. I need this answer.
I'm not done with this quote yet. It gets weirder.
Okay. Continue.
So he says, children are more connected spiritually than adults. A lot of time when I see infants and I'm out and about at the grocery store or whatever, they start staring at me.
He just sucks their dicks
and I make the
they're in the grocery store.
they start staring at me, and I make the joke, "You know who I am."
That's awesome. First of all, I have a question. I need this question answered. I need to research this, or you need to research this. But or listeners, postmortemshow@gmail.com. Does he wear the costume the whole time?
And does he sing "I love you, you love me"?
I need to know if he's wearing that costume while he's fucking these girls.
One of our female listeners needs to go to Los Angeles and take one for the team, and get the Jurassic pork.
Dom, if we crack our first Patreon goal, I will shave, I will don a wig, and I will go down there.
Yeah. Pay the $350.
And Barney will love you, and he will love me. And we can all be a happy family.
Wow. Okay. So, what I gotta say about this guy...
He uses the tail?
What I gotta say about this guy is what a fucking arrogant fuck. Like, this whole, like... He's just fucking using yoga to get bitches. which is skeezy in its own right, but the motherfucker's 57 years old.
And he's Barney as well.
And he's Barney.
He has the money. He does this because he loves it.
Yeah, and he's basically a male prostitute. Named Buff Bagwell. Yeah.
American males.
And he says that when babies look at him in public, they know who he is. Barney hasn't been on TV for 17 fucking years. These babies don't know who this motherfucker is. Unless he's their dad.
Yeah. I thought he was going to go darker places when he said when he sees an infant at the grocery store. But, we'll leave it at that. Yeah. Sex Barneys. Today's the rating system. I actually sent, the I hate you, you hate me, let's get together and kill Barney.
Yeah.
Saying that to Addison. She thought that was hilarious.
She knows who Barney is?
She knows who Barney is, yeah. People know who Barney is. He's still around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess a lot more people know him. He's big in the tantric sex circles.
Right, for real. I wonder if he hangs out with Sting.
What if it was revealed that Doug Jones was in the Barney costume all along?
Fuck. I don't know how I'd feel about that.
I would like Barney a lot more.
Yeah.
I think I would have but I think I would have already liked Barney if Doug Jones was in that costume.
True.
You would have got it over, Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie Death to Smoochie with Edward Norton and Robin Williams?
No, I've avoided that like the plague.
It's dark. It's actually a really good movie.
Meet the Feebles was a lot better than Barney.
Oh, by leaps and bounds. The shit that I took before I came over here was better than Barney. And Purple.
Well, like you said, you went weird places.
Yeah.
I went sad places. Now it's time to get on the happy bus, Dom.
Yeah, that's all I've got after this. PMA.
Yeah, it's so time for that PMA right now because finally...
Because that's what really describes my sex life. Sadness,
finally.
And then awkwardness, and then happiness.
Emphasis on penis and the happiness in Dom's. Finally, Duke Nukem 3D is being made into a feature-length movie. And WWE superstar John Cena is in talks to play him.
You can't see me.
That would actually be funny. So, while not my first choice, with some prosthetics maybe, change of hair, he's already got the buzz cut. It's dyed blonde. He's got the physique. You might be able to pull it off, but I would prefer a made-up younger Dolph Lundgren with the dubbing voice of the original John St. John who voices Duke Nukem. As you have Dolph Lundgren do the action and pantomime and dub in the character's voice.
I'd be down with that. Is WWE Pictures making this movie?
I have no idea. It's just in talks of being made, but the problem isn't the potential casting of John Cena as Duke Nukem. That's not the problem. The problem is there's a strong possibility that already attached to this is Michael Bay as producer.
It's too early for this to be an April Fool's joke. If he's producing, it might be okay. He's produced some okay things. As long as he's not directing, it'll be okay. Unless it's like Michael Bay produced and like Uwe Boll coming out of retirement to direct.
Oh my god. Fuck you, Uwe Boll. You still have never met my challenge. Uwe Boll, this is episode 102. I challenge you to a fucking German dungeon death match or something like that.
Come out of retirement for it.
I would come out of retirement. I would fight you. You wanted to fight some guy in the press. I'm throwing my hat in the gauntlet. I'm throwing my gauntlet down. I'm pulling my glove off and slapping you in the face. I challenge you to a duel, sir. But no. Can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Can't be bothered by little old JD.
What a prick. what a German prick.
Duke Nukem needs to be... And he's got a 10 mile long. Not Duke Nukem, Uwe Boll. Duke Nukem needs to be an action, comedy, sci-fi, horror, in that order. Yeah. Action, comedy, sci-fi, horror. That's the way I would do it.
For sure.
And I'm worried that Michael Bay will send it in a totally action-based direction with a bunch of bullshit CGI and just try to jack off on the effects of like things crashing and buildings falling down and stuff. Yeah. I want practical effects pig cops. That would be fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
I really hope this movie gets made, no matter by who or starring who. I need some more Duke in my life. I was number 8 in the world. Case's Ladder. Remember Case's Ladder?
That's right, yeah.
I was number 8. 56K modem. Duke Nukem 3D. A young JD.
Taking him out.
Cheese pizza. Cheese pizza. 2-liter bottle of Pepsi. Pecan wheels. Horror movie. Duke Nukem 3D.
Rip off their head and shit down their neck.
A young fat JD. A young little lonely fat kid loved him some horror movies. Domino's Pizza, Pepsi, Duke Nukem. Yes.
None of that sounds bad.
It's still just as good today as it was then.
I don't know, because John Cena has such a squeaky clean image too, and I think that they probably
he already did some stupid comedy with Amy Schumer and
yeah, that's
showed
true.
his ass and stuff, and he cusses a bunch, and he's very funny.
I never saw that movie.
He is great. I
know
Saturday Night Live. He was really good.
Yeah, John Cena is a very talented performer.
Yeah,
he'd be a great actor. I just don't know if they're willing to go to the level that Duke Nukem goes to. Like, he literally kills an alien, rips off his head, and shuts down its neck.
And it has to be included.
Yeah.
I want a trilogy based on LA Meltdown, Episode 1, Lunar Apocalypse, Episode 2, and Shrapnel City, Episode 3, with the ultimate stadium showdown. Titties, shotguns, jetpacks, and one flat-top badass who will rip off your head and shit down your motherfucking neck.
When you played Duke Nukem 3D, did you piss in every single toilet you encountered?
Yes, I did.
Me too.
In Red Light District, Red Light District. I would go and play pool in the little pool table. If you press spacebar next to the ball, you can actually do it, and you can actually. I would save and restart the level if I scratched.
Wow.
Or broke the ball.
Wow.
And I would actually play them all.
That's dedication.
No, that's
why you're number 8 in the world.
That's a rough childhood.
That's pain.
That's pain.
It's trauma.
I grew up on the streets playing Duke Nukem 3D.
All right. So a new RoboCop sequel is in the works. Penned by co-creator of the original film, Ed Neumeyer. This film is slated to be a direct sequel to the first RoboCop and ignore all other sequels and remakes. We're not supposed to say too much, he told Zeitgeist magazine. There's been a bunch of other RoboCop movies, and there was recently a remake, and I would say this would be kind of going back to the old RoboCop we all love, and starting there and going forward. So it's a continuation, really, of the first movie, in my mind. It's a little bit more of an old school thing. Den of Geek reports that Neumeyer and co-creator Michael Miner originally turned in a draft for RoboCop 2 in early 1988 called RoboCop: The Corporate Wars, that was even more far out and fucked up than the original, and it didn't get made. And virtually none of it ended up in the final product. So he's been wanting to make an actual direct sequel to his first movie this whole time.
That's awesome.
And maybe we'll get Peter Weller back.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still around.
I haven't seen him in anything.
And I've seen him in a couple things. They could make him up very easily to look exactly the same.
RoboCop 2, also starring John Cena.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, John Cena, RoboCop. I mean, gotta see what happens.
Yeah, like he was the original RoboCop before there was the RoboCop we all know.
You know what?
The prototype.
I just turned the corner on this whole John Cena Duke Nukem situation.
Yeah.
The Rock and Doom. John Cena, Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
What happened last time?
Yeah.
Fuck the Doom movie.
Shit the bed.
God damn it. I'm going to play Duke Nukem.
Fuck 98% of the Doom movie. There's a 2% of the Doom movie that I like, and it's the God Mode sequence.
Yes, I love that. The first person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, production and distribution company E102 released The Witch, Green Room, The Blackcoat's Daughter, and The Killing of a Sacred Deer to a whole lot of critical acclaim. While I thought The Witch was a little bit overrated,
I hated it.
I loved Green Room. I loved The Blackcoat's Daughter, and I really liked Killing of a Sacred Deer. I wouldn't say love like the other two, but I did like it a lot. So, however, the new film that they have sent to Sundance, called Hereditary, is being called the scariest movie in years.
They said that about The Witch, too.
Directed by Ari Aster and starring...
Harry Ass?
Ari Aster. Ari, space, Aster. It sounds like one name of a magician. I am the great Ari Aster! Starring Toni Collette, E102 said in a press release about the plot, when Ellen, the matriarch of the Graham family, passes away, her daughter's family begins to unravel cryptic and increasingly terrifying secrets about their ancestry. The more they discover, the more they find themselves trying to outrun the sinister fate they seem to have inherited. Writer-director Ari Aster unleashes a nightmare vision of a domestic breakdown that exhibits the craft and precision of a nascent auteur, transforming a familiar tragedy into something ominous and deeply disquieting, and pushing the horror movie into chilling new terrain with a shattering portrait of heritage gone to hell. That's a whole mouthful. That's the press release.
Nascent auteur. Are you sure this isn't Nicholas Winding Refn?
I know, what the fuck. So, but that's the press release, but this is a couple things that different critics, like reputable horror movie critics, have said. So, The Verge called it pants-wettingly scary.
Wow.
Pants-wettingly scary. Saying,
I haven't wet my pants in a long time.
It's packed with jump scares, but also builds up a kind of slow burn at the same time, nearly unbearable tension that can leave an entire theater holding their collective breath. It's a merciless film crafted for maximum effect. See it with an emotional support group.
Wow.
Thrillist said, the screams in the theater were almost as frightening as what was on screen. USA Today, the most insane horror movie in years. If you'd like to sleep again, you probably should steer clear of this movie.
Interesting.
Richard Lawson, Vanity Fair, I left the theater feeling a little rattled, a little spent, entirely relieved that I'd made it through.
Huh.
So, that's a lot of hype.
You know what I want? I want Stephen Biro to see this movie. And I want to hear what he says.
give me the thumbs up or down.
Yeah. So Stephen Biro, if you're listening, see this movie before us, and then hit us up with a thumbs up or the thumbs down, because that's high praise. But you're coming from another fucking dimension of horror.
Yeah,
and it's the same dimension that we live in.
Yeah. So. Hereditary is set to be released June 8th, and we'll definitely be checking it out.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
We have to definitely see it. And with these kind of reviews coming early, I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up on one or both of our 2018 Morty's list.
We'll see.
If it is what it is, we'll see.
Blackcoat's Daughter was great. Green Room was great. I haven't seen Killing of a Sacred Deer yet, but
it's good.
Yeah,
it's not great.
Yeah.
Some people probably think it's great. Some people probably think it sucks, but it's kind of polarizing, like Mother in that way.
Right. All right. So as we reported a few episodes back, the sequel to Stephen King's The Shining, Dr. Sleep, is being made into a film. Bloody Disgusting reported this week, it's official, none other than Michael Flanagan, hot off of his Gerald's Game adaptation, is set to direct.
Hell yeah, we need some more Flans.
The official synopsis, Dr. Sleep takes place years after the events at the Overlook Hotel and focuses on the now middle-aged Danny, who is still traumatized. He's followed in his father's footsteps, has problems with anger management and alcoholism. He soon gives up drinking and settles in a small New Hampshire town. While there, his psychic abilities start to resurface, and he develops a psychic link with a 12-year-old girl named Aubrey Stone, who he must save after he discovers that her life is being threatened by a tribe of paranormal entities led by a man named Rose the Hat.
Rose the Hat?
Yeah, it's an interesting name.
I never actually read this one. I never read the sequel.
I have not either, but from what I understand, it's very much set in the Dark Tower continuation, or continuum. I mean, all of Stephen King's stories are, but it's, Dark Tower and It and Salem's Lot are part of this like core of stories that are really, really delve into the supernatural. And and it's the sequel to The Shining. The Shining is one of the greatest horror
Mike
novels ever
Flanagan,
written.
I'll see anything he makes. I don't care. Especially, it's going to be good if it's a Stephen King adaptation by him. He's already proved himself that he can do that. I know his adaptations are hit or miss.
Yeah.
They're either great or horrible.
And Mike Flanagan pulled it off with a Stephen King movie or a Stephen King book that is very hard to adapt.
Yeah, that most people said would not be able to be adapted.
Yeah.
So
I am down for this, and I'm happy to see that he's getting, major studio backing now.
I just hope that he doesn't become one of these guys that gets stuck on a certain thing.
Crawls up his own ass.
Like Peter Jackson in Lord of the Rings, right? Mike Flanagan, stuck making Stephen King movies? No.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. I want to see Mike Flanagan make Mike Flanagan movies.
Right.
I don't want to see...
Oculus, Absentia, his movies. Even the Ouija board, a sequel.
Yeah.
That was a very
Before I Wake.
Mike Flanagan
Amazing.
movie.
Now on Netflix. Finally on Netflix.
Yeah.
Before I Wake, great fucking movie. So I want to see some more of that. I don't want to really see him get stuck on Stephen King,
Oh, so far he has proven himself to be an amazing director. One of the greatest directors of our time in terms of horror. So more power to him.
All right, that's it for horror news. We will be back with some reanimated reviews.
Yeah.
And man, we got a doozy this week, folks.
Oof.
I hope you packed a lunch.
I hope you packed diapers.
We will be back after this. We would like to invite you guys to join the Postmortem Show Patreon.
That's right. We've asked you for over 100 episodes now through our Amazon link and other things that we do to support our filthy, filthy habit. But now we're asking you to help us help you. And that means help us cram a bunch of weird shit into your brain.
And indeed. And the thing about it is that you're always going to get the same Postmortem Show you've always got. From week to week, we've been producing a show every week.
Of varying quality.
Varying quality. Varying amounts of sobriety.
Yeah.
But
it's usually
the fact of the matter is that if you donate to us on Patreon, no matter how small, you're going to get bonus content.
Yeah. We've got all kinds of stuff planned.
We're spending hours and hours with this extra content, with our off-topic. There's a lot of research that goes into that.
Yep. We're putting together these off-topic things where we talk about things that interest us that we may touch on the show but don't necessarily have time to go fully in depth on. We're going to be doing creepypastas. We're going to be doing video content with footage from the recording of our show, with sketch comedy, whatever weird shit that bubbles up in our brain. We're just going to diarrhea it out there, and hopefully you'll get it and you'll like it.
Indeed. And the fact is, I don't know why I say indeed so much.
Indeed.
Right now. I'm the Postmortem Show Funaki. Evil. Anyways, with the Patreon, $1, $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, you're going to get various levels of extra shit, including going to eat dinner with Dom and JD.
Off of Dom and JD.
Off of Dom and JD, where we pay for your meal, we pay for your movie, we sit together.
We cover ourselves in sushi and let you eat it barehanded.
Dom is going to spread his hairy Italian butt cheeks and give you the goods.
That's not how it happens. But we are going to be putting together shirts and stickers and all kinds of other cool physical merch that we're gonna anything that we release we're gonna kick over to our patrons. That includes our music, JD's band, my various musical projects. If you're our patrons, that's gonna give you access to that right off the bat for free.
You want to see? Speaking of Gigi Allen, you want to see videos of me cutting myself and bleeding everywhere or getting cut by other people? You've came to the right place.
Hey!
Because you're going to get the best of JD Horror, West Coast Death Matches DVD, included for free, video download.
That's right. We're going to just throw it out there and see what sticks. It's like our fish, except we don't throw it back. We throw it to you, and you catch it, and you consume it. And if you like it, great. And if you don't, then fuck you.
And you know what they say. You can give a man a fish, or you can teach that man to fish.
Yeah. And I'm not sure how that applies to what we're doing here.
Well, that's what Biff told me.
Oh, okay. Listen to Biff.
Anyways, patreon.com, Postmortem Show, Horror Movie Podcast. Search us up. $1, if you're listening to this and you're a fan and you listen to every show, $1 a month, it's not going to make a difference in your life, but it's going to make a difference in the quality of the show and in our life.
Absolutely. It's going to enable us to bring you more content, and, maybe one day we could theoretically do this as our actual job and not have to spend 40 plus hours a week whiling away in fucking corporate nonsense when we can just be giving you cool shit.
Thank you, guys. Check out the Patreon, postmortemshow.com. Reanimated Reviews. For this edition of Postmortem Reanimated Reviews.
The third, I believe.
The third. So, before we tell you what we're going to talk about, just to explain if you haven't heard the Reanimated Reviews, since we've only done it a couple times in 102 episodes, we take an old movie that we like, compare it to a new movie that's a reboot or a remake of it, such as It and It. That was the first one.
And we did Flatliners.
And now...
And with It and It, we liked the new It better than the old It.
With Flatliners, I think we liked the old Flatliners a lot more than the new Flatliners.
But the new Flatliners was not bad.
We didn't really shit on the new Flatliners like I expected to.
Yeah.
And now we're treading into uncharted waters.
Brace yourself.
I was super pissed when I heard they were remaking my second favorite French film after the debacle that was the Martyrs remake of last year.
Debacle is putting it kindly.
Alexandre Bustillo's awesome 2007 French film, Inside.
Great fucking movie.
I'm so glad that I got to share my love of Inside and Excision with you.
Yeah.
Those are the two movies.
We watched them on the same day, actually.
Those are the two movies that I'm like... that I've showed you that you really appreciate that I don't know if you would have found. You probably would have found Inside.
Yeah.
Excision's a little bit more like came out of nowhere, and I didn't even hear about it the year it came out. But
yeah, I'd never even heard of it until you started talking
those are
about
two
it.
of my favorite movies of all time, And Inside is a tense... That's home invasion done right. It's tense.
It's probably the best home invasion movie I think has been made.
Yeah. Well... regardless of the fact that they directed the remake of Inside, Miguel Angel Vivas directed my favorite home invasion movie, tied with Inside, called Sequestrados, aka
I haven't had a chance
Kidnapped.
to watch that yet.
No, you haven't watched it, and we are going to do a new segment. We've been talking about it, you guys. It might be on the Patreon, it might be on a regular episode, not sure yet, but we're going to do segments where a movie I tell you about forever, you have to watch, and a movie you tell me about forever, I have to watch.
Right.
So, and make each other watch these movies and review them. So we will be doing that, and your first one is going to be Kidnapped.
Okay.
It has to be. I love that movie, and the director of Kidnapped remade Inside, and it hurts my soul. How can you go from a masterpiece like Sequestrados to remaking one of the best movies of all time?
Remaking another masterpiece, yeah.
And Americanizing it, even if you're not American. So if you haven't seen Inside... a young woman in her third trimester of pregnancy is stalked by a stranger who's obsessed with her unborn child. Yeah. And the remake stars Rachel Nichols and Laura Herring.
Laura Herring is a good actress. She's been in some other good things.
She has. Mulholland Drive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's another element to the story where the pregnant mother is now a single mother because in the beginning of the movie she's in a car accident with her husband. Her husband dies.
Exactly, yeah, and that's similar to the original and the car accident aspect. Yeah. And so this is better than I expected it to be. And hear me out on that. Trust me,
okay.
I do not like this. But after the
my eyes narrowed when you said that.
After the Martyrs remake, I expected this to be just as bad. It's not as bad as the Martyrs remake. I'll just say that. Have you seen the Martyrs remake?
I have.
And it's horrible.
Well, no, actually, I started it.
And you didn't finish it.
No, I could not.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. It would have been better if I just saw this and I didn't know it was a remake of an iconic movie that I love. Mm-hmm. I would have liked it a lot more than
it might have been better.
Some of the tension of the original is in it, but definitely not all of it. It feels like a cheap imitation of something.
For me, it feels like it hits all of the points of the original, but it does it in the stupidest way possible, and it sucks all of the intensity out of it.
Yeah, and it takes away the mystery of the original.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what made the original so good.
Yeah. This
movie reminds me of those things that white girls go do where they drink wine and paint a picture. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
The wine and what is it called?
Fucking.
It's got a name.
Yeah.
But my wife did it before.
Yeah. I was gonna say, didn't Aubrey do that?
Yes, she did. So it reminds me of that.
Yeah.
In the fact that it's someone looking at something and imitating it when they don't have. I don't want to say Miguel Angel Vivas doesn't have the skill of Alexandre Bussiel. I don't want to say that at all because Kidnap. I can't say it's any better or worse than Inside. It's that great, but. It's almost like a little kid looking at his dad.
Paint by numbers.
Paint by numbers, trying to imitate something that's not the right. It just didn't have.
And like to go with the paint by number analogy, like you have the actual painting, then you have the paint by number. The paint by number is just colors on the canvas. There's no depth or shading to it.
Yeah.
Where the actual artwork has depth and shading to it, and that's what this movie has. This movie completely lacked depth.
Yeah, and so the big problem to me is that. In the original, the woman was this mysterious shrouded figure.
Yeah, creepy.
They give her way too much dialogue in this.
Yeah,
they make her a relatable human character instead of just this fucking crazy woman. You don't know what the fuck's going on. You know,
right off the bat, they show the monster's face right in the beginning. They take all the mystery out of it. And they still
do through the curtain thing with the shadow and stuff like that. But
yeah,
after
that,
they just it's giving everything away too soon.
And they explain everything as it goes. Like there's no inside the original one.
The ending, you don't know what the fuck's going on, and until the ending.
Yeah, there's an oh shit moment at the very end where you're like, holy fuck, this is what's happening.
Yeah,
and in this movie, like 45 minutes in. You already know what's going on.
Yeah, and it's hard to say because we've seen the original and we know that this is that. If you saw it and you never saw the original, would you know what was going on? I don't know.
Yeah, because they explain it. Like it's
they
in
do
the dialogue.
explain it too much. Yeah. Also, some of the violence is a little bit comical in this.
Yeah,
the original Inside, there's nothing.
It's intense.
There's no comedy whatsoever. I like a little bit of comedy in my horror, but I also appreciate. I don't need a comedy in a Serbian film.
Right.
Or Inside.
Right. Wait, Serbian film wasn't a comedy?
No, but my remake Lego is Serbian film.
Yes.
Shot for shot remake made entirely with Legos. So the scene with the cop.
Yeah, that shit was silly.
It's silly.
And also the whole bathroom door scene, like with the hole.
It loses its whole luster, yeah.
It reminds me of like, have you ever seen a cat in a cardboard box and there's a hole in the box and they'll stick their cat arm out and like claw around at things?
Yeah.
And it's funny when they do it. Like, that's what it felt like with that scene.
It almost is like that in the original, but it's not funny.
No, it's
almost like played for like, this is crazy, you know? And with this one, CGI gunshots, come on.
CGI stab, CGI blood splatter.
Lead character played by Rachel Nichols is also not as sympathetic as the original.
Not at all.
She's
not a good actress.
Yeah, I don't think she is. She's been in some shit. Like, she's been around, but she cannot carry this role. It's essentially a movie involving two people.
Yeah.
Those two people have to be great.
Yeah. And that's the thing is they introduced too many other people.
No, the original, all the same people come. The original?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
All the people, we're not going to spoil it if you haven't seen the original Inside. Watch that before you watch the remake, but the same people come to the house and everything. There is multiple other people in the original, but it's a vehicle for two characters. It's almost like a play.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have a play that's good unless your actor's good, right?
Absolutely.
If the person is like the fucking, like a bullshit, like, local commercial, like, you ever see commercials for things that are local?
Yeah,
like,
they're hilarious.
On TV, they're fucking horrible, you know? That's
yeah. And the thing about like the actress in the original Inside is every time something fucked up happens to that character, you're like, holy shit, this woman is pregnant. There's shit going on.
And it's like, this is what the fuck? What's going to happen from here?
Yeah. And you never got that feeling watching it this time. And they even tried to like up the ante on it with the oxytocin and all that stuff.
Yeah, I thought that actually was stupid.
And then like they did it, and then it never like
they warped the. So it's the same plot essentially, but instead of making it a savage version of it, they made it a medical version of it. And even the quote at the beginning of the movie, it just really fucking killed it for me.
Yeah, it as soon as that quote came up, I was like,
wow, we're just gonna throw it out there right now, huh?
Yeah.
And the longer the remake went on, the less I liked it. How could they botch the fucking ending? The ending of the first movie makes the first movie.
Yeah.
It would still be great without that, but it's like a fucking cherry on top of the best sundae you've ever had.
Yeah.
And this is like a pile of shit on top of the best sundae you've ever had. Or on top of a McDonald's flurry.
Yeah. It's a pile of shit on top of a sundae.
Pretty much. Of a shitty sundae. So, of course they had to Americanize it and wrap it up with a neat little bow and completely ruin the entire reason the movie was made and what the movie had to say.
Yeah.
And just completely kill it. And make everything relatable and
nice.
Just,
in a package with a fucking bow on it. Fuck it.
I don't want Miguel Angel Vivas to ever do something like this again. He's so talented. There's so much this man could do. Yeah. You need to see Sequestrados. That movie, it's a home invasion movie that's filmed in 12 long takes.
Right, yeah.
There's 12 cuts. Yeah. They rehearsed it for months. It's amazing. It's swift, brutal violence. It's realistic. It's terrifying. It makes you feel for the characters. The acting is off the charts. And then he follows it up with this.
I wonder if this was more of a case of like the studio fucking with it then.
No, I think it's a case of he broke out with that movie and it was great and people saw it and said, this guy has potential. Let's give some money to him. Let's give him this. And he was trying to get to that next level and he accepts it to get in front of a major American audience. This is an English language movie for an American audience. Sequestrados is in Spanish with English subtitles. He's trying to extend to that next level of for money, yes, but
he can make out.
I wouldn't say he sold out because he needs you're right. Sequestrados, the budget and shit. Like it's made money at this point, I'm sure, but it was a high budget movie to hire actors to rehearse and shit like that for so long.
Yeah, actors don't rehearse for free.
Yeah, maybe the camera time of having 12 long takes saved on film costs and stuff, but I gotta imagine that was pretty high budget for where it was, and if Netflix hadn't picked it up and the distribution and stuff like that hadn't hit, it could have been a flop, as far as like a financially, even though it's a great fucking film. But I can imagine him doing this to try to expand to a wider audience and get more funding to make the things he wants to make, and thinking that he loves the first movie. But I don't know what happened.
Yeah. The bottom fell out of it.
He is one of the most talented directors working today. I would say he'd be in my top 5 favorite active directors that are currently working.
Have you seen any of his other movies?
No, I have not. And I'm just talking about Sequestrados. Yeah. I've never seen anything else he's ever made. It's all shorts. This is his second feature.
Yeah. Maybe he blew his load on that.
I don't think that's the case. I think that he went to try to get this mainstream American exposure, and then his hands were tied by the studio. Instead of doing what he wanted to do, like he did with Sequestrados. Right. So I want to see more of what he makes, but I don't want to see any more of his talent wasted on remakes that don't need to be made.
Yeah. And if people want to see a good movie, just go watch the original Inside.
Yeah.
The original Inside is a solid 10.
La Intour.
Yeah, is a solid 10.
Is that good French? I can't
remember. I don't know. I don't speak French. I don't understand
oui,
that.
Oui.
I don't understand. Yeah, oui, oui, doo-doo. I don't understand that much mouth fucking frog language.
That's extremely offensive. And you're Italian too, so that's like, it's even worse.
Nah, we hate the French.
IMDb gives it a 4.2 for the remake. I would have said if I never saw the first one, maybe I would have given it a 5 or something, but I took off 4 full points for the ending.
Wow.
And gave it a 1.
If I never saw the
Sex Barney. 1.0 Sex Barney.
One Sex Barney. Just one lone Sex Barney. If I had never seen the original, I might have given it a 3. But I thought it was so bad and such a waste of my life that I am giving this 0 Sex Barneys.
0 Sex Barneys.
0 Sex Barneys.
So just normal Barneys or normal sex or just nothing?
Just nothing. There's nothing there. It's you walk into a room
void
expecting a Sex Barney, and you're just carried off.
And you just see infinite space. Yeah. There's
not
even any stars.
It's like the end of
blackness.
It's like the end of the void, except instead of the priest, it's a Sex Barney.
I would think more like Bill and Ted when they're falling through that nothingness.
Yeah.
And they scream for so long to where they stop screaming, and then they scream again.
Yeah,
I love that part.
It's just a great movie. So the original Inside, solid 10.
Original Inside, IMDb 6.8.
That's better.
I cannot believe that it's 6.8, which is high for like a genre film, but that's a good movie. I would agree with you and give it 10.0 Sex Barneys.
That's a lot of fucking Jurassic Pork there.
Yeah. All right. So Inside, just watch the original again.
Yeah.
Don't watch the remake. Just watch the original.
Like Martyrs.
If you have the urge to watch the remake of Inside, watch Inside again or watch Kidnapped, aka Sequestrados.
Yeah.
Because that's a film that you need to see. This did not need to happen. And I apologize for taking up 14 minutes and 30 seconds of your time talking about this shit movie. Hopefully you haven't seen Inside or you haven't seen Sequestrados and you can at least take that away with you.
Yeah. Well, but now they know, and knowing is half the battle.
Yeah. All right, thanks you guys. We will be back with the top 5 characters you want to hang out with after this. Thank you guys for all your support, sharing our shit, liking our page,
Listening,
weekly,
not suing us, for anything,
semi-weekly,
getting semi-hard
for 30 seconds once.
Yeah.
No matter how long you listen, we still support you. Unless it is just one episode, then fuck you.
Yeah.
You better run for the fucking hills.
Run through the jungle.
That's not what this is about. What this is about is we have now started the official Facebook group of the Post-Mortem Show.
Go on Facebook, look up Post-Mortem Show Horror Movie Podcast for a chance to share your favorite horror memes with us and occasionally be shit-talked by me.
That's probably accurate.
Yeah, I've already done it once.
Yeah, guys, join the group. We have thousands of listeners to the show. Right now, the group only has about 300 members.
Yeah.
So please add yourself. Please share it. Share it with the world.
Yeah. Just don't say stupid
Let
ass
us
racist
into your
shit.
lives. Let us into your lives.
Yeah. Open
You want to
yourself
talk to
wide.
me?
Open
You want to
yourself
talk
to
Dom?
us.
You want to talk to Biff?
We will
soon to be one-eared Biff.
We will put Biff on the computer if that's what you want.
We're gonna have an official event in the group. It's gonna be Facebook Live Q&A with Biff, and I'm just gonna put Biff on Facebook Live, sitting there, and he'll answer all your questions.
Maybe we could do it as like a video chat thing.
Yeah, so that's official Facebook group, Post-Mortem Show Horror Movie Podcast. Please join. Please share it with your friends. And we're back with the top 5 characters that you want to hang out with.
Post-mortem and chill. And by chill, I mean actually chill. Don't touch my inner thigh.
Yes, this is not characters that you want to molest in any manner.
Molest.
No moleste, por favor. But these are some cool ass dudes.
Yeah.
And
dudettes.
Dudes and dudettes. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes.
We're all dudes.
And that's the motto of this show.
That's the motto of Post-mortem entirely. And I think we have our end song.
As you saw me trying to take a note quickly before I stumble over my words.
I saw you doing it. I saw that thumb going.
Yeah. So, why don't you start us off this week?
All right. My number 5 is Marty from the Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, Marty's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, he's the stoner guy. He's the kind of guy I like to sit around with, smoke some weed, talk conspiracy theory.
Why would I want to save the world? Fuck it.
Yeah, he's a...
Maybe we deserve it.
He's a inversion of the stoner trope because he's not an idiot. He's a smart guy who smokes weed, and the only time he becomes an idiot is when they drug him extra.
Yeah. It's I love that movie.
Yeah.
I love the concept of it more than the execution, though.
Really? I really like it.
I wish I got less Cabin and more
of
science.
the madness. Yeah. It came on Sci-Fi a couple weekends ago, and I was watching it at Michelle's house, and it was the edited version of it, and even the edited version was good.
Yeah. I would like to have Cabin in the Woods, Merman, or you know what I mean?
Colon.
You know what I mean? Little movies about different things that were in those boxes.
Oh,
That'd be cool,
For sure.
Or a couple of them, you know? They can make it almost ABC's of Death, but do another movie that is about each one of these little things that's in the box.
They could spin infinite sequels.
But they're not doing it. They're not doing anything with it. That would be awesome. ABC's of Death, little tiny short films, 10 minutes or whatever, about each one of those, except for the Pinhead ripoff.
Right.
Pissed me off. But
I thought it was funny.
I didn't think it was funny. I was mad. I still am mad.
Yeah, I thought it was thought it was a tribute.
But I like the Merman.
I always wanted them to do that with 13 Ghosts also, just little mini movies about catching each ghost.
They made little movies about each ghost.
They were just pictures and talking though. They're like still pictures.
Oh yeah. It wasn't like a real movie. Yeah. But it was kind of cool for like a bonus. That's one of the best bonus features. That's a good list. Top 5 bonus features of all time.
Yeah.
But I don't know how that would transcend to the listener, because if you haven't heard of it, it's like, hey, buy this DVD.
What's a DVD?
Of a movie that has been out for so long. You know, of course, buy new indie horror DVDs and stuff, but if it's an old, like, for instance, one of mine might be Cabin Fever. If you look at just it's the best, like, menu.
Yeah.
With the shaving and all that shit.
Oh, and it has great bonus features, too.
But, like, honestly, like, you'd probably get that on demand now.
Yeah.
So, the world is changing. Blockbuster. Blockbuster, cheese pizza, Pepsi, Duke Nukem.
I miss Hollywood Video. Blockbuster can be a dick.
Hollywood Video was far superior, but we didn't have that in Lompoc when I was growing up. And we had it later, like when I was older, but Blockbuster and little mom and pops, those are the best.
Yeah, like the Mexican markets that had video sections.
I bought Hellraiser 3 unrated when I was like 5 years old at a Mexican video store, and my mom made me take it back. And then I bought it again. I got the money back, and I bought it again later.
Nice.
And I still have that VHS tape of Hellraiser 3 unrated. Okay. My number 5. Talked about it earlier on the show. Didn't plan to till I got my news, but my number 5 is a band. And they're called the Ain't Rights from Green Room.
Yeah?
Punk band. Nazi punks fuck off. Playing Nazi punks fuck off in front of a room full of Nazis, flipping them off. Those are some guys I want to hang out with. Yeah. Those are the kind of people I want to hang out with.
Yeah.
Fuck the Nazis.
Fuck Nazis.
Long live punk.
Punch all Nazis.
Punch all Nazis, and then kill them, and then get sliced in your arm, and some of you will die.
Yeah, it'll happen. Unfortunately.
Green Room, Amazon Prime, check it out.
Yeah,
still on there.
Go watch it.
Nazi Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart's fucking amazing in that movie. Wouldn't want to hang out with him, but
no, not indeed.
But he's definitely menacing in that.
Yep.
My number 4 is Father Dyer from The Exorcist and The Exorcist 3. He's the priest, but he's a priest who loves movies and fucking chain smokes and likes to hang out with people who aren't Catholic, not because he wants to convert them to Catholicism, but because he wants perspective from people who don't follow his religion. Him and Detective Kinderman in Exorcist 3 go every week, and they meet up and they go to the movie theater and they watch whatever is playing at the movie theater. They just go see a random movie. It's like a ritual they have. He's just a dude who fucking loves movies and hanging out.
When we do aforementioned unnamed segment where you assign me a movie and I assign you,
it's going to be your first.
That would have to be mine, because I saw Exorcist 3. I have seen it because it was around. I saw every horror movie that Blockbuster, Family Video, Caesar Video, Caesar. Maybe it was Cesar Chavez Video. I think it was in Lompoc, the Mexican place. I saw every horror movie that these places have when I was a kid, and so I did see Exorcist 3, but I don't remember it at all. And you love that shit. What's the name of that segment?
Hot for Creature.
Hot for Creature. But why? That has nothing to do with
that was a different segment idea that I came up with.
Maybe we should let our patrons name that segment.
Name segments? Yeah, we'll do that.
I think, watch this, fucker. Watch this, fucker.
Fucker. Watch this.
Come on, fucker. I've been telling you about this shit for years, bro.
Watch the movie, fucker.
You gotta watch this, fucker. My number 4 is a dude that, if he wasn't a savage murderer, he'd be really cool to hang out with, and I'd like to be a patron of his establishment. And that's Captain Spaulding.
Oh, yeah, he'd be a lot of fun if he was.
He'd be a lot of fun. And his little amusement park, his gasoline and fried chicken. While I'm not a fan of the fried chicken, I do use gasoline in my car from time to time. And he's got Albert Fish dolls. Yeah. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah. He's
got a fish man. He's got a fish man, a fish doll. He's got all kinds of different fish things.
He's got a horror ride.
Yeah, I love his little stand where he talks about the different killers.
Yeah.
That's the best part of that movie.
Oh, yeah.
If you try to rob him, he'll fucking shoot you. And he knows who you are, and he'll find you.
That's right. Got blood all over my best fucking clown suit. Yeah. If you weren't at risk of getting horribly, brutally murdered by hanging out with him, I think you'd be a fun guy.
I want to just drive around in a car with the top down, listening to Freebird with Captain Spaulding.
Yeah.
And then be shot and killed by cops.
It's a good way to go. My number 3 is Grandpa from the Lost Boys.
Yeah, if Grandpa was your grandpa, that'd be cool. Like, top 5 characters you wish you were related to.
Yeah. Top 5 characters.
That could go some dark places.
you just ones that you wish were your grandpa. It doesn't matter who the character is, what their gender is. I want my grandpa to be Reagan McNeil.
I like that.
Grandpa from Lost Boys was fucking awesome.
Or top 5 grandpas. My number 1 would be G is for grandpa.
Yeah. He's just a fucking old dude who likes to smoke his weed and drink his root beer and fool his family into thinking he's dead.
And there's a problem with Santa Carla.
It's all the goddamn vampires.
The goddamn vampires. Why do they gotta change it from Santa Cruz? Why do they do that?
I don't know. Fuck Santa Cruz, though. I don't like that place.
It's alright.
Yeah.
I've been to some good punk shows there.
Yeah. There's a lot of fucking, rich hippies that live there. And their kids, like, children of rich hippies are the worst people on the planet. Like, they're worse than Nazis. And that's going far.
When I was
capitalist hippies. Fuck capitalist hippies.
When I was 18, I went to Santa Cruz. Me and my friend split a gallon of $8 vodka. We saw The Business and Holier Than Thou. We broke my other female friend's bong in her dorm room by accident. Or I should say I did. Because I drank half of a gallon of $8 vodka.
Oh, yeah. You're like you lived.
And we had a good time.
I drank half a gallon of $8 gin once. And I don't drink gin anymore because of that.
I drank half a gallon of $8 water as I watched a Nicholas Winding Refn movie.
With your pinky up the whole time?
My pinky up as I'm chugging.
Hoping that all that chugging will exercise your neck so it gets as long as Elle Fanning's.
The satanic mysteries of Ellie Fanning's neck. Alright, my number 3. My number 3 is a character by the name of Corey Mahoney. Remember who that is? Corey Mahoney?
Not ringing a bell.
Well, it should, because if you hadn't already seen it, upon my request, your very first movie I assigned to you in Watch This, Fucker, would have been Soul Keeper. And Corey Mahoney was an amazing guy.
Yeah.
He was, there's the straight character and then there's the goofball. He is the goofball, and I love that dynamic between them. That's the best buddy horror comedy of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Better, it's like Shaun of the Dead if it had less of a budget, better writing and jokes, and worse graphics.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some good puppetry there, but there's some horrible graphics, but
I like it better than Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, I love it more than Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, it's my favorite buddy horror comedy of all time. But it's definitely has it's hampered down by its limitations. If you guys haven't seen the movie Soul Keeper, I've talked about it once or twice on this here show.
Yeah, I watched it and reviewed it. Or I watched it after you reviewed it.
Yeah, I think it was one of your first ever good movies. It was way back in the day when we talked about it. And it did get released after the fact of it being made by Sci-Fi Pictures. Do not let that deter you because, yes, Sci-Fi Pictures, some bullshit, right? But it has boobs, it has fucking gore, it has everything. It has Zeus from WWE, and he has the perfect penis.
Perfect penis.
So check out Soul Keeper. And if you cannot find it whatsoever, I don't think it's ever been produced after. You can't even get it on DVD. Yeah. I have it on VHS tape that I dubbed from Hollywood Video. That's how old it was. And because you couldn't even get it, couldn't get it used, couldn't even order it, couldn't find it anywhere. Yeah. And you still can't. So if you want me to rip my VHS copy of Soul Keeper and send it to you, I will. Just send us an email. postmortemshow@gmail.com. If you're a producer of Soul Keeper and you don't want me to do that, send us an email at postmortemshow@gmail.com.
But if you're going to do that, get your act together and get that fucking movie out on
or
DVD.
Send us a link where people can buy it, because I couldn't even find that on Amazon.
No, I couldn't either. Yeah. I had to get it from you.
Yeah. So that's my number 3.
All right. Down to number 2. My number 2 is not only someone that I probably would have, when I was younger, I would want to hang out with this guy, but I'm still going to count myself because I'm kind of a man-child. But this is someone that I really did kind of hang out with, and it kind of was this kid, and that is Terry from The Gate and The Gate 2.
Yeah.
I love that kid.
Dom wants to hang out with children.
Yeah.
They're on his list.
But I want to be a child and hang out with him. Like, I want to hang out with him in the same age group. Or I want to mentor him. Like, I want to find him and, like, be his big brother.
Yeah, you get some
his dad's an alcoholic fucking waste.
Walk down the beach holding hands. Yeah. Have a picnic in the park.
A weenie roast.
Dom is entirely inappropriate. You're not allowed around my son anymore.
No.
You can say your goodbyes. Yeah. Just please keep
cool.
no tongue.
All right. Terry was an awesome kid. Terry was the kid that we all were. You know, the kind of loser who loved horror movies and heavy metal and got made fun of, but ultimately was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I love The Gate. And questionable effects at this point, but it still holds up. I watched it with my kids and they loved it.
Yeah, it's definitely a good entry level horror movie.
And the Elder God speech that he does,
you
know,
with the I've done that, like last week.
I can imagine it. I can imagine you and him doing that together.
Yeah,
you and your friends,
and then we just fall on the floor and we giggle and giggle,
and you roast marshmallows. Oh no, you said weenie roast. I'm sorry. My number 2 is Nada from They Live, Rowdy Roddy Piper, and one of the major influences behind Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
The aforementioned Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
Fuck you, John Cena. If one wrestler had to play him, it would be Rowdy Roddy Piper.
I don't know if Piper could pull off a flat top, though.
Oh yeah. He'd play bagpipes on the way. But yeah, They Live.
He puts on the glasses and all he sees is Hornswoggle.
At first, he's like this construction worker, drifter, homeless dude. And then he fucking has to confront these weird aliens that have infiltrated our society through sunglasses. Mm. And when he does, instantly, he's a one-line machine.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd want to hang out with him, though. I think he's, like, in real life, that's the kind of person I avoid.
One-liners?
No, drifters.
Hey, man.
Invariably, when you get involved with drifters, as They Live proves, you get involved with drifters, it just brings trouble into your life. Next thing you know, you're getting your shit punched out of you in the alleyway just because he wants you to put on some sunglasses.
That's the best fight scene ever.
Great fight
of
scene.
all time.
It's the far too long fight scene.
Of professional wrestling, it keeps going and going and going. I love They Live.
Yeah. Good movie. Apparently, it recently played in a movie theater down in L.A. I saw some people went to go see it in the theater.
Man, I would have loved that. Yeah. And I have my original VHS copy of They Live that I've had since, I was probably like 5 years old or something.
Wow.
Came out in like 87, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would have been 2. I'm a youngin'.
Yeah.
I'm only 33 years old now. I'm not an old fuck like you. What are you, 37?
Yep.
37?
Yep.
Fuck, why don't you die already?
I ask for it every single day.
1 foot in the grave.
Every morning I wake up and I'm like, again, fuck.
And yeah, and every morning when I wake up, I'm like, you know what? I hit my alarm clock. I'm like, you know what? I came here to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of gum.
Yes.
And no one else is there.
Yeah, you're by yourself.
My dog's there. Biff's just sitting there. He's like, why do you
Biff's like, I got some bubble gum.
All right, so that's number 1.
Yeah, we're at number 1 now.
We're at number 1 now, yeah.
My number 1, Ray Stantz from Ghostbusters.
Really?
Yeah, I would love to fucking chill with Ray. Ray is awesome. He's enthusiastic.
What about Venkman?
Huh?
What about...
Venkman would get on me after a while. Like, I can't deal with people who are sarcastic all the time. After a while, I just want to smack him and tell him to shut up.
I'd rather hang out with the dude in the painting. What's his name?
Vigo?
The Carpathian.
Yeah. I've got that painting framed. It's in Michelle's garage right now.
Sweet-ass mullet.
Yeah, great mullet. Yeah, I want to hang out with Ray. Ray is into the same things I'm into. Ghosts and the occult and technology, and I'd have a good time sitting around with that guy eating Twinkies and talking about ghosts.
You know what, Dom? Right here, tonight, in this light, you know, that Twinkie in your hand, I can see a little bit of Ray in you.
A little bit of Ray in me?
I can see a little bit of Ray.
It's a ray of hope?
Yeah, a ray of hope. A ray of dawn. My number 1, like we said, this is characters you want to hang out with. Not characters you want to fuck, but I have a little bit of crossover with my top 5 sexiest.
Okay.
My number 1 character I want to hang out with is Elvira. I think Elvira is amazing as a person. You know, she's funny. She loves horror movies. I think that me and her could be good platonic friends. Sitting on opposite ends of the couch. Yes. We can sit, you know, and maybe as the night progressed and the friendship did, you know, and, you know, I can imagine a scenario one day, you know, when the world ends, you know, my wife is killed in a tragic accident. Saddest year ago. I'll read it, listen to this part.
What would it be like to get friend zoned by Elvira? I mean, I actually don't personally believe that friend zoning exists.
She's like, hey, can you put my dagger in my sheath for me?
Yeah.
And like, right.
Do my boobs look too big in this dress?
No.
I don't believe in friend zoning. I believe that men put themselves in the entitlement zone. Women do not friend zone men. They are just friends with them. But getting friend zoned by Elvira would be frustrating.
Yeah. Well, but regardless, she's my number 1. I think she's awesome. Her character in her movie and even in her hosting and stuff. Yeah. But especially in her movie, the way she is, she don't give fucking any fucks whatsoever. Yep. She's gonna say what's on her mind. She's a cool ass chick.
Yep.
You know? And I'm not, you know, I may talk a big talk about, but it's okay to be friends with girls, all right?
Absolutely.
It's okay to be platonic friends with girls.
It is.
If you don't think so, you're living in the past.
You are. You're
people who say that, any guy who's a friend with a girl just wants to fuck her. Those are people who don't ever get laid enough in the first place, I guess.
Right. One of my best friends is a girl.
Yeah.
You know, it's a woman, a female, an adult female, a woman.
My wife is my best friend, but we fuck.
Yeah. And that's a bonus.
I'm just kidding, Tom. You're my best friend.
And
you're my best friend. And we also... What? Don't say that, Dom.
I have
Some things are left only for the patrons and behind the paywall, Dom.
Oh, yeah, I'll save that. There's behind the green door and there's behind the post-mortem paywall.
That's where the magic happens, ladies and gentlemen.
This magic moment.
When your lips are close to mine, it's like any other.
Forever till the end of time.
This is the next Oh My Domling.
Yeah. I've got a 0.
I have 0 as well.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if it is the same person, because mine is the lowest hanging fruit.
Is it? Mine's actually a group of people.
Okay.
The Addams Family.
That would also be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I would love... I mean, I want to be part of that family. Really, that's
a little conflict of interest with Morticia, but I guess if Elvira passes, so does she.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, you know, you've got a really, really good friend who's got like a really hot girlfriend or a really hot wife. You can appreciate her for being hot and awesome and say your homeboy's lucky, and then she's your friend.
Yeah, I just try to imagine that in my list, you know, with Elvira, that she's married to Biff, and he's my son, so...
Right.
Technically, is he my son? He's my retarded son.
Yeah. An adopted child is still a child.
Spear and magic helmet.
It is my goal in life to be Gomez Addams, but I would love to hang out with the Addams Family.
My number 0 is Ash. Ash is a cool ass dude. He's got some one-liners too, but you said the one-liners were thin. I like that.
The one-liners aren't a problem. It's constant sarcasm that's a problem.
Constant sarcasm. Yeah, I can imagine a future where me and Ash and Nada from They Live are all sitting around playing NHL 18 on the Xbox, drinking beers.
Occasionally going out and killing monsters.
Demons might come.
Yeah.
Space aliens. I don't care.
Yeah.
Even illegal aliens. I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
Not in that company.
Yeah. You'd have things handled.
Yep. So that's 0. We both had a 0.
Yeah.
I guess that's the top 5 characters we want to hang out with.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
I have a few.
I do too.
Fire them off.
Tangina from Poltergeists. Once again, someone who's very into the occult.
Is that Zelda?
Zelda, yeah. The midget. Yeah. Yeah, have this weird little dwarfish friend who's really into the occult. I'd love that.
Yeah, me too.
I would invite her over every day.
And any dwarfs, actually.
Yeah.
I just want more friends that are dwarfs or midgets. Yeah. Whatever the proper term is.
Little people.
Little people.
Yes.
Wee ones.
Wee folk.
The wee folk.
Yes. Chuck and Chili from Friday the 13th Part 3. The Stoners.
Oh yeah, those are good. Those are cool guys.
You know they'd have good weed. Bruce Campbell's making my list here. Elvis and JFK from Bubba Hotep.
I had that as well.
I
had Bubba Hotep, and I'm like, nah, JFK.
Yeah.
Black JFK. Especially like in your line of work.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Man.
If they were at the place where I worked, I would visit them every single day.
You'd be clocking out and still putting in overtime.
Yeah, just going in there on my lunch break and hanging out. And this one's an honorable mention. I don't know if I would actually want to hang out with him, but he just seems like a good dude, and that's Martin Brody from Jaws.
Okay.
Roy Scheider's character.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know that I'd have much in common with a salty old fisherman, but... You know,
but you're salty and you smell like fish as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I am salty and I do smell like fish. So you know, it would be cool to just have this old leathery sea dude in your life. You know, that you just go hang out with every once in a while.
Sea dude, old leathery sea dude. I think we have the name of this here episode. The old leathery sea dude. I would say even ye old leathery sea dude. All right, keeping up with the theme of cool ass chicks, Trash, Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Also on my sexy characters list, but I think that would be fun just to hang out in that group.
I kind of did hang out in that group. That was my high school crew. Like, we weren't as intense as they were, but maybe if we didn't all smoke weed, like we would have been.
Did you all have no vaginas and just a patch of skin where a vagina should be?
Yeah, that was I was like that until I was 16.
That's when you hit puberty.
Yeah, well, I was riding a horse, and the horse like jumped over something, and it went.
Dom's poor hymen.
and then my balls fell out, and I was like, "Oh, I'm a real boy."
And then 4 years later, after that, Dom lost his B hymen.
B hymen.
Nyx from Lord of Illusions. You talk about wanting to learn something.
Oh yeah, for real.
From a fella.
Yeah. He might fuck up your life, though.
He might fuck up your life. He might kill your family. He might send you to the bowels of hell. But you'll learn how to throw some fire. You can cough up some fire creatures.
It's useful.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It'd be like the Great Muda.
Yeah, for real.
The Trickster from Brainscan.
He is cool.
He is really cool.
Yeah.
He puts on jungle music and dances around, and it's not even racist.
Yeah.
Not even in a racist
He's got
way.
an excellent mullet.
So, a character we have actually physically hung out with both together, and that's Leslie Vernon from Behind the Mask.
Yeah. Once
Cool
again,
ass
he might
serial
fuck up your life. He might get you to do some shit that you don't want to do.
A character that seems like we should have already hung out with, Ed from Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, fun guy.
You need a British little snide.
Stoner.
Yeah. Bubba Hotep, like you said. Peter Vincent, Fright Night.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with all these older men.
Got a thing for the older. Got a thing for the older guys that will eventually ruin your life.
And not sticking with the characters that are females that are one of my sexy lists that you want to hang out with platonically, Perdita Durango. I don't think that I could do that.
No. She's drama. She's drama.
Charlie from the last Lovecraft, Relic of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
He's so awesome.
Yeah.
Ice-T from Leprechaun in the Hood.
If you ever need a baseball bat.
If you could pull a baseball bat out of your afro, I like you.
Yeah.
Magic Whistles, I'm there. Just let me know. Want to start a Magic Whistle band? I'm there. Freddy Krueger if he wasn't a child molester. He's got some good one-liners too.
Yeah.
It's the kids part that that prohibits that.
Not necessarily being a homicidal dream demon, but
my number 5 was the Ain't Rights from Green Room, a punk band. But my second to last honorable mention is a metal band, and that's Deathgasm. Fucking Deathgasm.
yeah, they'd be fun. They're metal nerds.
Yeah. And my last honorable mentions. He appeared in one horror movie, even though this character has transcended genre.
I know where this is going.
Space, time, Africa, basketball, school,
prison,
jail. He's been all over the place. He's saved Christmas, and he's been scared stupid. And that is Ernest P. Worrell.
Yeah. He'd be a fun guy.
Rim shot. And so he'll also be on the top 5 mentally disabled characters you want to hang out with list.
Do you know the story of Ernest P. Worrell? Did you know that, like, Jim Varney, because we were talking about those bad local commercials.
Yeah, it was
like,
from a commercial.
He made these like regional commercials for this one area, and some people in LA saw it, and they like basically franchised him out, and anyone from anywhere could get Ernest to make commercials for him, and all of a sudden it just caused this explosion. It's so weird how like that turned into something.
Yeah, there's actually a really fucking good book called My Life with the Clown. Mm-hmm. About the guy who helped Ernest make all those movies. He's either the writer or the director.
Sam Cokes or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's called My Life with the Clown or something like that. And it's about the relationship with Ernest and this guy and how they made this shit fucking go all crazy all of a sudden. Yeah. But I love me some Ernest.
Yeah.
If you don't think it believes on the horror list, fuck you. Ernest Scared Stupid is terrifying. When she looks under her bed, nothing's there. She looks back, and on the other side, already in the bed, there's a troll. There's a troll right there. He's in the bed. He's already right there.
Yeah.
If you're not scared of that,
he's putting his moves on her. He's not looking to just be friends.
If you're not scared of that, I'm going to turn your dog into a little wooden doll. I'm going to put him in my tree out back.
Wow, that's coming from a vegetarian. I mean, you're not eating it, so.
I'm not. I'm just turning it into a wooden doll, which I'll put some like old English polish, you know, that wood polish.
Shine up that wooden doggy real nice.
Red Rocket! Oh, beat off your wooden dog.
I think that's a strong note to end this show on.
I think so.
All right. Well, I guess as H.P. Lovecraft once said, as he decided he wanted to watch Inside, and he watched the original one and not the remake, because fuck the remake. If it smells like fish,
throw the fucker back, ye old leathery sea dude.
She's feeling good, we're feeling good, yeah. Just hanging out, just having fun, we're number one. Just hanging out, just having fun. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude. We're all dudes, hey, I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude. We're all dudes, hey. There's nothing better than your friends, there's no problem, you can't win. Someone who's always got your back, not caring about this or that. Just hanging out, just having fun, we're number one. Just hanging out, just having fun. He's a dude, she's a dude. We're all dudes, hey, I'm a dude. He's a dude, she's a dude. We're all dudes, hey, I'm a dude. He's a dude, she's a dude. We're all dudes, hey, I'm a dude. He's a dude, she's a dude. We're all dudes, hey. It's all about meeting new faces. A smile's on your face and you can't erase it. Partying on, it's going on, huh? Partying on to the break of dawn, huh? It's time to put hard times behind, get all the bad things off your mind. Just hanging out, just having fun, we're number one. Just hanging out, just having fun. Just hanging out, just having fun, we're number one.